Good day, everyone. This is Jill with Astro Press. I'd like to talk about how you communicate, how you perceive others' communications. How do we learn from each other about how we're communicating? Well, in astrology, we look to the planet Mercury. And the first thing to look for is what sign is Mercury in and what house or what angle is Mercury on. Mercury is the ruler of all forms of communication. It's not just you and I talking, or it's writing, it's speaking, it's all social media. This includes Facebook, Skype, Instagram, you name it, emails, text messaging, listening. Mercury rules our cars. Mercury rules the weather. Mercury rules short trips, our siblings. But in this context, I'm going to focus on communications. And we all need to communicate with one another. The first step is to be self-aware. How do I communicate? Do I know how I communicate? And so this is where we bring self-awareness into astrology, is kind of trying it on for ourselves first, right? And then going out and looking at how do others communicate. And have you ever been out and, you've known someone for a while and you're out with them and then they just say the most bizarre thing and you're like, where did that come from? Chances are it's in their chart. It's in their Mercury probably somewhere. So Mercury can tell us a lot of things about others, but we need to look at what it tells us about ourselves, I think. So let's get started. Now, you're probably going to need to listen to Mercury in Aries, for example, is the first one I will talk about, Mercury in Aries or Mercury in the first. But I'm going to go around to all 12 signs. And so most of you are going to have, for example, Mercury in Aries, but it's in the 7th house. Or you might have Mercury in Taurus, but it's in the 9th. What you want to listen to is listen to 2 of my tracks here. So you'll listen to what I say about what sign it's in. And then you need to listen to which house you have Mercury in. Okay, so Mercury, if you were born with Mercury in Aries or Mercury in the first, this is a communication that is very confident communicator. They are self-aware with their communications. They are very intelligent communicators. They can speak really quickly and they're quick-witted. But the problem sometimes is they can speak too quickly sometimes and words come out that they don't always think about and they don't always mean, but sometimes people will take it as like, wow, that was kind of hurtful or whatever. And the thing is with Mercury in Aries or Mercury in the first house, listen, folks, these people they love to talk. They love to communicate and they can take it all in really quickly and they see things and it just comes out of their mouth. And they're not trying to be hurtful. So don't take it personally if you yourself have Mercury in Aries or you know someone with Mercury in Aries of the first house. Don't take it like, oh gosh, that was hurtful what they said. No, they're truthful. They're honest. They're blunt communicators. They're blunt. They just see it, they say it, and they move on down the road. And to me, I like that. It's refreshing. Now, to other people, maybe they don't like that form of communication. And so if that's a problem for you in your relationships, then work on it with each other, right? That's what I say. Now, if you have Mercury in Taurus or the second house, this is someone who loves to hear melodies in the vocals, and when you communicate with them, they're listening, they take it all in. It is kind of like this form of art and the beauty in the communication, and they love to hear pleasant sounds. Now, if your voice is kind of, they may not like listening to you so much. Sorry, but it's true. They like to take in all the beauty and pleasantries around communication. And it's a reliable communication. It's stable. It's an honest communicator. It's earthy. They may make money from communications. And This could be someone who makes a living from their voice, be it singing, talking, writing, speaking, whatever. And it's a very pleasant, usually can be a very pleasant sounding voice, or someone who likes to hear pleasant sounds around communications. Mercury in Gemini, Mercury in the third, this is someone who loves to communicate and knows all about how to write, talk, teach, listen, Skype, all those things. These are the teachers of the world, Mercury and Gemini. These are the salespeople who can talk you in and out of things, and they get your attention. And at the same time, they're multitasking while they're communicating. They're usually busy. They usually have a lot of things to do on their to-do list. They like to be busy. They can get bored really easily. They get a lot of stuff done. They like to move quickly. And these are people that like to have like a sports car hiding in the garage that nobody knows about, that they take out when nobody's looking. Sometimes it's true, folks. Mercury in Gemini, Mercury in the third. Not all Mercury and Gemini in third will have that, but a lot of them do. And they do love their cars. They love to go to car shows. And they love to talk. So make sure with this aspect, you definitely need to be a good communicator. Mercury in Cancer, or Mercury in the fourth, these are the communicators that like to nurture with their words. They like to make you feel safe when they're talking or communicating, no matter how they're communicating or talking. These are people that will send you sometimes food recipes, and share their recipes with you. They love to talk about their family. They love to talk to you. How's your family? What are you up to? How are the kids? What's happening? These are people that are really good, around discussions that involve the family and nurturing and safety. They like safe communications. And these are people that are very much, they can be very emotional when they communicate. It's a water sign. And there can be fluctuations in how they communicate because they are ruled by the moon. And when I say fluctuations, it means that sometimes you, for example, could see them out at your gym and they'll say, "Hi, how are you, Jill?" And then maybe you see them in the next day and they don't even recognize you. They're not in the mood. But then you see them the third time, "Hi." These can be sometimes the Mercury in Cancer or Mercury in the fourth house people. Now, Mercury in Leo, Mercury in the fifth. These are the dramatic communicators. These are the confident, fun communicators. These are the communicators that you can send romantic texts to. So let's say you're dating someone that has Mercury in Leo. They love those romantic texts that you're thinking of them, and send them a rose emoticon and get to know them and all that good stuff. They love romantic communications. They are very confident and are good out where the spotlight is on them when they need to communicate. So that can be in an audition, that can be in school, that can be at work, that can be in the public, that can be on television, that can be on film, that can be on social media. They love to be seen and out and communicating. And they can be dramatic sometimes with their communications. And by that, I mean, have you ever been out, like maybe to lunch, and, it's kind of noisy in where you're eating and stuff already, and you hear people talking or in the back booth or something. They're so loud and sometimes these can be Mercury and Leo people. Or you're at a grocery store and you're in one of your aisles buying some pasta, and you hear someone 2 aisles over, "What's going on, dear?" Sometimes these are the Mercury in Leo or fifth house people. Now, Mercury in Virgo or Mercury in the sixth, these are people they love to talk to you about how they can help you. And these are people that would like to help you. And these are the people that will call and say, may I help you out in your organization? Can I volunteer for your organization? These are people that communicate from a very helpful perspective. They will always usually say, okay, let's do it. Okay, yes, I'd like to help you. They're very organized in their communications. They're very good communicators. They love to read. The Virgo communicators love to be perfectionist in their communication styles. They love to read. A lot of times they're reading a lot of books, and they love to be precise with their words. And sometimes their preciseness and perfectionisticness can come off as being critical with their words and nitpicky. And that can be kind of sometimes a challenge with relationships, because if your partner's always picking you apart, not so good. It's good to have constructive criticism or suggestions, right? Because none of us are perfect. It's always good to know, can I do this better? And that's fine. But sometimes it's too much with Virgo in the 6th. And so, Virgos are awesome people. And they only mean good. And they're very hard on themselves. And so what happens is sometimes they can be really hard on others as well. So don't take it personally. If you are with someone who has Mercury in Virgo or Mercury in the 6th, or you're working with someone and they're saying, yeah, that's good, but you should really do this better. Now, the thing is maybe you really could do it better. And if that's the case, do it. But if they're just nitpicking to nitpick, that's not okay. So, Mercury in Libra, or Mercury in the 7th, this is all about one-to-one communications. They're listening. They love to meet you, just you out. They don't want a group. They want to talk to just you. And they like balance in their communications. If there's too many people around, it can kind of be lopsided sometimes. And even if they're out at a group, they'll be the ones usually just having a one-to-one with the person next to them. And that's what they like to do, because they really like to give you all their attention. They're sweet communicators. They're pleasant. They usually don't say a lot of harsh words. And if you are a Mercury Libra or 7th house, sometimes these people cringe if they hear cursing or vulgar forms of communication. And so they like pleasantry. They like good etiquette skills in communication. They like politeness in communications. And so you're probably saying, well, Jill, doesn't everybody like politeness and communications? Well, yes, but especially Mercury in Libra, or Mercury in the 7th. And so they love to communicate with their partner and their husband, and they love to talk about marriage and relationships, and they're very much really good communicators around the law. These are the attorneys that are great talking about fairness and justice and the law. And they love to, these are the attorneys that do legal work. Mercury in Libra. Mercury in the 7th house. Mercury in Scorpio, or Mercury in the 8th. Now, this is getting intense. Communications are getting intense here. Scorpio's a water sign. It's an intense energy. These people can talk about anything, any topic. And a lot of times they want to talk about secrets. And these are the people you tell your secrets to, because they love to hear, oh, what, you did? You're sleeping with who? Oh my gosh, really? They love to hear these deep, secretive conversations. These people make great detectives. These make great surgeons. Mercury in Scorpio, Mercury in the 8th. They can talk about all that stuff. These are people that are great in the emergency rooms, talking about blood, gore. They just are. And they can see this stuff and it doesn't really bother them so much. Or it could bother them. It can work either way here. But these people usually you can talk to about anything, and they are good to go with it. And they will listen to anything you have to say. They're not going to get upset about it. They're not going to really take it personally. They usually are not going to judge you. And these are the people that are good on, like, I'm serious, Mercury in the 8th, these people are good on suicide prevention lines. These are the people that are good on the emergency lines. These are the people that can hear horrific things going on or unfortunate things going on, and they're not going to, like, get freaked out. Okay? And sometimes they get intense and they can get emotional as well. Mercury in the 8th, they can talk about sex as well, no problem. Blood, guts, gore, sex, any of that stuff. Mercury in the 8th. Mercury in Scorpio. Now, let's go to Mercury in Sagittarius or Mercury in the 9th house. These are people that want to learn as much as possible. They want to study and become doctors or lawyers or get a master's degree or a PhD, or want to inspire the world with their words. You're having a bad day, they're the ones that will send you a positive quote sometimes. These are the people that they sometimes talk really fast. They can't always talk really long. They got to go. They're the ones that, sometimes have to cut the conversation short. Have you ever had friends where you're like, you have stuff to say and they go, I got to go now. They're always the ones that have to go now. Sometimes these are the Mercury in Sag or Mercury in the 9th. They got to go because they got to study, right? They got to go learn. And these are people that love to speak multiple languages. They want to hear it all. They want to speak English, Spanish, French, all that stuff. They want to speak all those languages. They want to learn all those languages. They have high achievements. And that's just the way Mercury in Sag is. These are teachers in higher learning institutions. These are lawyers. These are the people that publish and broadcast and have ambitions in those areas or are drawn to those areas. Mercury in the 10th, or Mercury in Capricorn, is an earthy style of communications, more about dry sense of humor here is what we have going on, because Mercury in Capricorn wants to talk about their career and how can they move up the corporate ladder. These people are always probably the ones that are talking to their managers and asking, how can I move this forward? How can I get to the next level? How am I doing? And these are the ones that will, volunteer to stay late. You need me to spend extra time? Sure, I'll do it. Will it get me closer to the top? They'll do anything. They'll write a report for you if it's going to be presented to the CEO. If you need them to do a speech that's going to make them look better in their career or their reputation in the world, these are the people that will do it. Okay? Mercury in Capricorn is very honest communicator, solid communicator, reliable communicator, and very serious communicator. Don't waste time with these people, because if you waste time with them, they're just going to cut you off. They've got a career and a reputation at stake here, and they just don't waste a lot of time. Now, Mercury in Aquarius or Mercury in the 11th house, these people are brilliant communicators. These are the brainstormers in communications. These are the people that send you those really quirky text messages and all of a sudden they've been brainstorming and they have brilliant ideas, and these are the people you talk to when you're opening a business and you need a new name and you don't know what name to go with, and so they'll brainstorm and go, what about this? And they're just like, whoa. These are the Silicon Valley thinkers. These are the innovative. These are the scientific communicators. And not everybody can talk scientifically, can they? It's a lot to put into words and how you communicate. Now, these people really love to talk to their friends, hang out with their friends in groups, and then sometimes they don't want to hang out with anybody. Silence is their best form of communication. And these people are also good at humanitarian communications as well. Now, Mercury in Pisces, or Mercury in the 12th, this is a emotional communicator, a sweet, soft communicator. These are the songwriters. These are people that can speak about creativity and expression, and the spiritual communicators. These are the healers. These are people that heal with their words. These are people who don't like to use harsh words when they communicate. These are people you call when you feel down and out and need someone to talk to, and they'll listen to you. And they're very sweet and soft people. And sometimes, they can't handle hearing a lot of harsh things going on in the world because it's too much for them. So these are not the people really that you want to tell a lot of heavy-duty subjects to, because it will upset them. And they don't really want to hear about all the negativity going on in the news or in the world. They'd rather be, writing songs about healing and nurturing. And so these are like a lot of songwriters. These are the people that work as psychics. These are people that could be astrologers. These could be people that are musicians, poets. And so it's a sensitive energy. It's a flowing energy, and it can be emotional, and these are the people you can cry on the phone with as well. So I covered all Mercury in Aries, or Mercury in the 1st, all the way around to Mercury in Pisces, or Mercury in the 12th. And so you want to, again, probably listen to 2 of these tracks, because each one of you has it in a sign, and each one of you has it in a house. So you want to listen to both. Learn about your own communication energies, and then learn about others, who you date, your boss, your lover, your friend, your family, anybody. Anybody who says bizarre stuff, or you can't explain why are they not talking to us now? Why haven't they talked to the family for years? A lot of times it's right there in the Mercury. Again, if you have it in the angles on your ascendant, your IC, your descendant, or midheaven, there's a strong communication energy your chart will want you to express this lifetime. And remember, if this doesn't resonate with you at this present moment in time, don't worry. It may resonate with you down the road. So just take it all in, and you'll see how it unfolds. Thank you so much. I'm glad you got to learn about Mercury in your natal chart, so you can be more self-aware and also self-aware of others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.